Hi there, I'm Anna at BSAC, and I am talking with Joe Combopiano, who's going to tell us a little bit more about what he does for work. So, Joe, I'll have you start off by telling us what do you do for work?
Yeah, I am a software consultant. I run and own my own consulting company. I've had a lot of experience in software industry for a while, where I worked at Facebook as a software engineer. I worked at Microsoft as a product manager, and I've done consulting at different companies working all around the world.
That's great. Can you tell us a little bit more about what your job entails?
Yeah, so I work with companies that want to build out software that don't necessarily have the technical expertise to do so. I'll help them from everything from understanding what they want to build and how they want to do it, to actually doing the implementation and actually working with them to code out the actual software. Mostly right now, because of my expertise working at Facebook, I help a lot of companies that want to get started with Facebook marketing. So actually sending ads, showing people how they can sell their stuff on Instagram and things like that. And then I do those integrations for them.
That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit more about your educational background and how you came to be in this kind of work?
Yeah. So I have a bachelor's degree from Penn State University in computer science. So I've just been coding my entire life, not my entire life, my entire adult life, I guess you could say. So I got started in this actually because I didn't know what I wanted to do coming out of high school. So the first thing I did when I went to college was just majored in what I thought was a good thing because I was good at it, was math. So I actually started as a math major, and it wasn't until I took a computer science course that I realized it was the first time I actually enjoyed doing my homework, and realized that that's something I should probably pursue as the first time I've actually enjoyed doing schoolwork.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's probably enough.
What are some of your favorite things about your work?
My favorite things about my work are that, one, I constantly love learning new things, and I'm forced to stay up to date with technology changes and trends. So actually just keeping up with changes and stuff like that. If I'm doing the same thing over and over again, I'm going to get bored really easily, and I'm going to try to do something else. So I consider myself a tinkerer. So being able to just try out new things and work on different technologies, and also work with just different people all the time. By being a consultant, you're not working with the same people all the time. You're working with different clients, which changes out different personalities, things like that, that like, it just keeps you on your toes.
That's great. What are some of the challenges in your work?
So
Or things
right
you find
now,
most challenging?
yeah, so working in technology, I think the challenges are, like I just said, like keeping up to date with all of the different aspects of it. But me personally, the big change that I've made is actually running my own business. So actually finding work, marketing myself, figuring out where I'm going to find my next gig. Those are the challenges that I'm facing now that I'm actually really enjoying, like working through.
Great. Can you walk us through what a typical day looks like for you?
Sure. So right now I'm fully remote, and in fact, I'm in the process of moving to Costa Rica. So because of that, my days, I basically, how do I put this? I don't have set days, is I guess the best way to put it. All of my clients are flexible with my working hours. So I'll generally wake up around 8 o'clock, start coding right away, work through some projects and some problems, and then probably switch gears and do something else for a little while, and then go back to my work later in the day. So I'd say it's a pro and a con, where I have the flexibility to do my work whenever I want to, which sometimes leads me to working much later than I wanted to, but also like just not having a set schedule. Sometimes it can feel like I'm working all the time. So having the boundaries in place to like work a set amount of hours is always a good thing to do.
That's great. What do you think would make someone a good fit for this kind of work?
So I think, one, anyone can be a software engineer. You don't need, like, a lot of people will say you need a college degree, but some of the best software engineers I've worked with actually didn't have college degrees, and they just are really curious and really want to learn how to code. And those are the people that will pick it up and be really good at it, and they'll continuously keep up with the trends in technology and learn new things. And those are the people that I think are going to be really successful. Otherwise, like, if you want to learn to code and go to school for it, like, you'll learn all the fundamentals of computer science and you'll be able to pick it up and do it as well. But I think having a curiosity for technology is a big a big starting point. I also think for consulting specifically, having interpersonal skills is a big help too. So you can be an engineer and not necessarily have interpersonal skills that you want to like interact with other people all the time. But if you want to do consulting and find your own business, being able to talk to others and being able to like sell yourself and your company on what you want to do with them is really important.
That's great. If someone is thinking about this kind of work, is there anything you'd recommend that they do right now, like while they're in middle and high school, to continue to explore it, like volunteer work or classes or projects or part-time jobs?
Yeah, definitely. So I think the benefit of computer science and software engineering in general is like you can pick up any book you want and learn to code. You can do classes online. Coursera has a bunch of great courses to learn how to code. There's also so many interactive tutorials online to learn how to do things like that. So it's something where you could just go and start picking things up and learning as you go. And I think the big benefit of that is that you'll learn in your career that you have to be able to teach yourself. It's not always going to be in a classroom. So learning how you can teach yourself to do these things will be the key to your success in the career. So I think that'll be a good start to see if it's something that you're really interested in doing.
That's great. And you talked a little bit about this already, but what kind of education or training do you think that a student should be thinking about down the road to help them succeed in this kind of work?
Yeah, I think a bachelor's degree is a good thing, and a lot of companies will require it in computer science or a related field like that. Like I said, I don't know if it's as necessary. If you're going to be really skilled and you're really dedicated to learning it, you can work your way up. But if you're looking into the companies like Facebook, Amazon, Google for a potential career in computer science, like the first thing they're going to look at is a bachelor's degree in computer science at the minimum. It's just an easy way to weed out candidates if they don't have that to start. But like I said, like some of the best engineers I've worked with don't have the degree. So it's not always a necessity.
That's great. Anything else you want to share about your work with students?
Let me think about this for a second. I think the one thing I would share with them is that one, like you can make this career whatever you want it to be. So you can be a heads down coder if you wanted to. You can help develop products and figure out what people should build by doing market research and being a product manager. You can be a consultant like I am too. There's just so many different opportunities, and you can mold your career into whatever you want it to be. And I think the way to be a successful consultant is figure out what you like doing in software engineering and pick a niche in that respective area, and then just you'll be the like subject matter expert in that to be able to do it successfully on your own. And like I said, now I'm able to move to Costa Rica and work remote with a bunch of different clients and just do exactly what I like doing all the time. So that's my definite advice is like pick a niche and stick to it.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you, Anna.